James Curtin, I'm 25, I'm originally from Wombwell in Barnsley. I sport swimming and I train at City Sheffield Swim Squad. When I was younger I used to just go to the on holiday and things with my parents, and I'd just get up to the edge of the pool, armbands on, rip them off, jump in, and they'd drown every time. So Mum and Dad thought it'd be a good idea to get me swimming, and it just went from there really. I've just got a passion for success and I just love to race really. I mean the training I absolutely love, but the racing part of it, and obviously getting things like this, you know, I've represented my country, you're part of a very, very small minority, and to be part of that, you know, it's a pretty proud feeling. At the minute I don't get any funding because I dropped outside of the top 16 in the world. You only get it if you're above the top 16, and with my injury I dropped outside, so currently I'm not actually funded, so that's why I'm holding down a part-time job as well as 40 hours a week training. I'm one of these guys that just wants to be successful in anything I do, and I was in swimming, I loved it, and you know, I enjoyed coming, and that then channeled into that's what I wanted to do. You know, if I were a footballer, I want to play for Man United, be in Premiership, but I was a swimmer, and the pinnacle of a swimming career is to compete for your country at the Olympic Games. So I just went all guns blazing from being like 10 years old really. I don't get nervous. I do get nervous, but there's two types of nerves. One is obviously the one that cripples people and it's fear, and the other one is adrenaline. And thankfully I can turn it into adrenaline, and it really helps me. So I just buzz off it. I can't wait for it. The fact that it's coming to our country is such an opportunity, and you know, fingers crossed I'm going to be in it.
My name's Sarah McLean. I'm from Darton in Barnsley, and I've been doing gymnastics since I was 6 years old. Well, I started when I was 6 years old, and I followed my sister into it because she started taking lessons, and I went along one week and thought it looked really fun and interesting, so I started joining in and just fell in love with it. The network around is really important. I go to university, so I have to fit everything in around my studies, so it helps that all my lecturers at university are really understanding, and they let me have time off if I need it, and they let me, you know, they give me a bit more time to finish work. And then my family and my friends have always been supportive since I was younger, so it really helps. Most trips and training is all self-funded. There is a little bit of help from organisations like Sports Aid that help us, they give us some money, and also Asda have helped me in the past just to pay for trips abroad or to pay for equipment, but other than that we have to pay for everything ourselves.
With Zara, she's got coaching qualifications, so she's come back and she's actually putting something back into the sport with the young kids. She's doing some work with the 4, 5 and 6-year-old kids doing the beginning of gymnastics. So she's actually training, competing at world events, coaching kids who will aspire to be like what she is in the next 10 years. So yeah, it's good. She's put a lot back into sport.
My name's Luke Cutts, I'm 22 and I'm from Fernschool. Upper body strength, inversions, handstands, so there's a lot of gymnastics involved in this sport.
Who inspires you?
Sergei Bubka.
And why does he inspire you?
Because he's pole vaulting world record holder, and it's just where I want to be soon. So.
When you consider that Luke is holding a full-time, you know, he's got to stay focused on his job, on a full-time job, and train for, his athletics achievements. And there are athletes out there and athletes in the UK who's got maximum amount of backup, funding, resources, manpower, everything thrown at them. And the only one to compete with Luke in the UK is clearing about this much more than Luke in height is. And that's compared to thousands upon thousands more resources put into that athlete than what Luke has had. And that's a measure of Luke's talent. And as I say, to be holding down and staying focused on a full-time, very manual type of work and train for this sort of activity, really a good increase in sponsorship would be helpful, because hopefully then Luke could spend more of his energies and dynamism into developing his pole vault.
Hello, my name is Megan Sylvester, I'm 16, I'm from Barnsley and my sport is diving. My brother was a diver and I was a gymnast, and I was about 8 and my coach Adam at that time asked me to try out diving, and I've just loved it ever since and carried on from there. I started off as an international diver in 2006 when I was 11. I didn't really win anything then, I was just sort of getting experience and confidence of doing competitions abroad against everybody in the world. And then in 2008 I went to the Junior European Championships and came second. Then I went to the Junior World Championships and came fourth. The following year I obviously got my synchro partner Monique, and we got our 4th place in the World Championships and 2nd place in the Final Grand Prix, and then this year we've been to the European Championships and we came 3rd, so things are looking great for us. In my synchro career, I'd like to see myself on a rostrum in 2012, and then individual I'll be carrying on from 2016 onwards, so definitely wanting to get on the rostrum at one of them Olympics as well, just to finish it off.
My name is Rachel Smith, I'm 17 years old and I live in Barnsley. I train at Barnsley Rugby Club. The Barnsley Archery Club is withheld in Shore Lane Rugby Club. I got involved about 7 years ago. It was actually from a near neighbour who's been shooting archery for about 23 years, and he started with my brother, and then it developed into a whole family sport, and that's how we got into it. Usually when I talk within friends or discuss like the sport with them, they'll just think, oh, it's just a simple bow and an arrow and shoot a target, and it's not. It's got a lot more. You have to have a lot of dedication with, and if you like, say if you do want to go to like Team GB, then I have to travel a lot with like my mum and dad, and we'll have to stay in certain places for so long, and I'll have to get certain scores, and I'll have to not give up if I want to get too far. It's usually about 99% physical and about 1% mental, but you can really get to the stage of mind where it can be 99% mental and 1% physical, because you can psych yourself out really easy.
The more Rachel achieves, then the more proud moments that there actually are. There's multiple proud moments all the way through a career, so actually to choose one which is the best is really difficult. The best is hopefully yet to come.
I'm one of the fitness instructors that works at this centre. Obviously, I'm here day in, day out. I see these kids coming in from early hours at morning, training before they go to school, university. They go and do the university. A lot of them's got part-time jobs because they get very, very little help with any funding from anywhere. Then they'll come back and they'll start coaching the kids. Then they start doing their own training, which can last 4 to 5 hours a night. The amount of effort that these kids actually put into the training to get to the levels that they do get is unbelievable. I've seen them go out of this centre in tears because of the training that they do. I just think it's about time all the hard work and everything that they put in were noted and helped to get these kids to keep to the standards that they're at.